Cheers of jubilation and considerable laughter rang through the room as Alexander Hamilton ambled through the door. Only moments prior to this occurrence did George Washington receive a letter from Charles Lee detailing the death of Alexander Hamilton in the Skyville. Alexander Hamilton was an influential person in the Revolutionary War and in the creation of the government of the United States. He was a clerk, a college student, an essayist, an artillery captain, a wartime adjutant to George Washington, a battlefield hero, and a major general in the Army. Hamilton became the first Secretary of Treasury in the United States and founded the Bank of New York. Hamilton was also a member of both the Constitutional Convention and the New York Ratifying Convention. According to Alexander Hamilton, America's Forgotten Founder, Alexander Hamilton lived in the most challenging period of American history, when its institutions were being formed and its direction was being determined. Alexander Hamilton was either born on January 11th, 1755 or January 11th, 1757. Historians to this day debate which date is his actual birth date. Hamilton and his family claim that his birth date was January 11th, 1757. But a legal document that Alexander Hamilton signed suggests the earlier birth date of January 11th, 1755. At the age of 8, Alexander Hamilton became a clerk for the firm of Beckman and Kruger. His mother, Rachel Fawcett Lavian, died in February of 1768 from an illness when Alexander Hamilton was 11 or 12 years old. Hamilton arrived in New York in October of 1772 and later attended King's College. According to Alexander Hamilton, A Life, Alexander Hamilton died at 2:00 p.m. Thursday, July 12th of 1804, just 31 hours after his duel with Aaron Burr. There is a parallelism between the death of Alexander Hamilton and the death of his son, Philip Hamilton. Philip Hamilton died defending his father's honor in a duel with Captain Eager. Alexander Hamilton was influential in the Revolutionary War. He was an artillery captain and an aide-de-camp of George Washington. He worked with Hercules Mulligan to steal British cannons that were used to defend the battery beneath Fort George. During this, New Yorkers got 21 of the 24 guns that the British had left behind. Alexander Hamilton, in the Battle of Yorktown, commanded 3 battalions. During this battle, the soldiers unloaded their weapons so as to not alert the British of their presence. This battle led to Alexander Hamilton being a certified hero. Hamilton's influence did not end with the Revolutionary War, but continued into the creation of the government of the United States. Hamilton spoke for 6 hours at the Constitutional Convention, defining his plan for the government of the United States. He was the leader of the Federalist Party. Federalists, according to Alexander Hamilton, America's forgotten founder, are those who favored the Constitution, conferring more authority to the federal government. Hamilton worked with John Jay and James Madison to write the Federalist Papers. The purpose of these papers were to defend the Constitution. Of the 85 essays that were written, Alexander Hamilton wrote 51 of them. George Washington asked Hamilton to serve as his Secretary of Treasury. The Senate approved Hamilton for this position on the same day that George Washington asked for their approval, on September 11, 1789. Alexander Hamilton founded the Bank of New York, despite any difficulty he had in creating a national bank. In conclusion, Hamilton's influence affected the Revolutionary War and the creation of the U.S. government. Hamilton stole British cannons and later became a hero after the Battle of Yorktown. He defended the Constitution with the Federalist Papers and chartered a Bank of New York. Hamilton led an interesting life that affected the world around him.